I recently wrote an article on the Direction ReAligned newsletter talking about safety is not the same as settled. And the backdrop for it is I'm based in Abu Dhabi, and in the background in the region is a war. We are safe in Abu Dhabi, and that part is true. And at the same time, there is missile alerts that are that are registering in our phones and our tech devices to alert us to to take shelter in place. And with that is sort of a conditioning of hypervigilance. And so two dynamics started to show up. Yes, we're safe, and it's not the same thing as being settled. And anytime our nervous system is activated, there is a hypervigilance that our bodies are starting to get conditioned to. And I started noticing that. My son is going to be 11 next month, and I can recognize as a child, having grown up in violence myself in New York City, South Bronx, the impact that it had on me. It took me a long time, and it took me leaving the country to spend time in Korea to recognize how much my nervous system was activated, how hypervigilant I was, until I moved to a place where that hypervigilance wasn't as necessary, and I had a chance to sort of bring down those sort of defense mechanisms and just breathe again, learn how to breathe and press reset. And with that experience, I recognize that I am grateful that we're safe. I am grateful to be in Abu Dhabi. I'm grateful to be a parent raising my son in Abu Dhabi versus New York. Let me be clear about that. I stand on that. And I also know from experience the impact that hypervigilance has on the body, on the nervous system long term. And I think those two things can be true, and we have to be able to hold space for both and acknowledge, yes, we're safe, and two, the body keeps score. That hypervigilance conditioning that we are experiencing at the moment will show up and need to be addressed later. So whether we're adults or parents of children, these are things that we have to be mindful of. Safe and settled are not the same thing.